caught cold. One day, the bride came home, school sneezing and wheezing. She didn't know just what to do.
She took his temperature,
took him into bed, and went right to the phone to call Dr. Grizzly.
Dr. Grizzly.
Sneezing and wheezing, temperature, huh? And one, said Dr. Grizzly, keep him in bed and give plenty of liquids. Keep him home from school until his temperature's back to normal. Now your turn.
Mama followed the doctor's orders, and little by little brother's temperature began to go down.
I feel a little better, she said. May I get out of bed? I'm afraid not, said Mom. The doctor wants you to stay in bed. Now your turn.
But there's no reason why your stay shouldn't be as pleasant as possible. Papa, she called, would you bring up the portable TV?
Why did Mama Bear call Papa?
To bring up this TV.
You can do it.
The portable had remote control, and pretty soon brother was having a fine time switching from one cartoon show to another.
When he turned off the TV, he got up to sleep, and when he Brother Bear was having a pretty good time.
Pretty good time. So, when Sister Bear brought home a folder of schoolwork for him, he hardly looked at it. He was much too busy having fun.
Why was she too busy having fun?
Sounds like what she was doing.
Look what hands he. Look what dinosaurs he has. Daddy, the song was sticky, 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 gooey hands, gooey hands, gooey hands, sticky, 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 gooey hands, sticky hands right to your nose. Pull it, pull it, pull it away. Sticky, sticky. Read it now.
But while he was at home having fun, his fellow students at school were hard at work. In the classroom where Teacher Bob was teaching a new
math lesson,
they had learned to add, subtract, and multiply. Now they were learning to divide.
On the soccer ball, the short spoon with the tongue, the big and big tongue. Hurry, he called. She brothers faced the crowd. She's a stick. Sick. Yes, sir, stick. Pretty. This was the
Chance.
He had been waiting for.
this was the chance he'd been waiting for. It wasn't until Brother was all better and ready to go back to school that he remembered the folder of work. Oh well, he thought, I'll study it on the bus. But that's where he heard about Freddie and the soccer team. He was so upset he forgot all about studying.
Why was he upset? I'm gonna turn the page.
Okay.
When Crossbone was examined, Father was even more upset.
Even more upset.
It wasn't easy watching Cousin Free his place on the throne.
Then when...
Daddy,
Yes?
one part is very itchy and very red. Right here.
Looks like a scratch.
I think there was one time when I fell down.
Oh, it's kind of like a boo-boo. I think it will get better soon.
It's been there for a long time.
How long?
For many days.
Many days.
It's right here. I keep scratching it.
Maybe that's why it keeps staying there. No, it's getting better. Those are scabies. And you know how scabies come and they get hard? It takes a few days to get hard. Then the scabby falls off.
Why are those scabies?
You had scabies before. Then when Brother got back to class, Teacher Bob said, I certainly hope you studied that work folder, because we're going to have a quiz. A quiz? Said Brother. On what? On division, of course, Teacher Bob, as he handed out the quiz papers.
So,
Brother?
made
Have managed. Even then, he was
good with numbers and
might
have work things, but all he could think about was Cousin Freddie out there kicking vigorously through the
field goals.
He's on the bench. Why was he so upset?
I think he really wanted to play soccer.
Why did the people not let him?
I think he had to do something else with Sister.
What did he have to do to play soccer?
See, he's here doing something else. He's in the room.
Why did he have to do a quiz?
Yep, he had to do a quiz.
Why?
That's what he had to do. It was time to do a quiz, so he had to do a quiz.
The quiz was a disaster. It was a disaster.
Disaster, that's right. A disaster means something terrible.
Why was it something terrible?
Maybe it didn't go very well. Maybe if we keep reading, we'll find out.
I made a little hole. I digged it for my finger to live in.
Okay.
School bus.
School
Not
bus.
only did brother get but Teacher Bob wanted very poor paper. We must be strained by protesting.
Must be signed by parent. Very poor.
They must be
Signed by parent. That means a parent must sign it.
Brother didn't know what.
Brother didn't know which was worse, the soccer mess or the quiz disaster. What would he say to Mama and Papa when they asked him how things had gone at school? He was so busy feeling sorry for himself on the bus ride home that he didn't notice that sister was coming down with a bad case of the sneezes and wheezes.
Oh dear, said Mama. And she saw says, "You've got brother's cold into bed with you."
She and Papa were so busy attending to sister that they forgot to ask brother how things went at school, and he didn't tell them. That's sister.
True. Why did she come up with this sneezes and wheezes?
I think there was a virus that brother had, and the virus went from brother to sister.
And the next morning, the schools came. Brother didn't get on the bus. He just hid in the tall grass. The bus was out of sight. The scares Bluebirds were puzzled. Brothers happy and cheerful. Morning, he looked unhappy and angry too. Hooey! Brother shouted. He is so lucky as no. Just remind him of soccer. That just made him even more angrier. Bluebirds took off, and squirrels scattered. "Pooh, sucker!" he shouted, stomping on the woods. Stomp, snip, stomp, stomp. Grasshoppers hopped. Trees stuck still and pretend they were bumps on a log. "Pooh, squirrel!" shouted, stomping out of the woods. Pigs hit their faces. Neighbors flew away home. They were scared to go back. Pooh, vision. Why was he so upset that morning?
Maybe he didn't like what happened at school.
Look, those are ladybugs.
He had come to the top of a big hill. He took out the quiz, folded it into a paper airplane, and sailed it high into the air. The hill overlooked a swampy, overgrown bog. As Brother watched the quiz circle and swoop, he noticed something out of the corner of his eye. A familiar house at the edge of the bog.
Where was the familiar house? Oh.
See whose house it is.
Brother Grams on the shipboard. Heard a knock on the door. Gran was making cookies. Weren't expecting a visit. Certainly weren't expecting Brother's rush during the school hours. Didn't take long. For a while,
For the whole story to come out, Gramps and Gran listened quietly as Brother told them about catching a cold, the folder of work, the soccer mess, the quiz disaster, the missed bus, and the paper airplane. "Come with me, young fellers," said Gramps. "I want to show you something."
what did you want to show Brother?
You'll have to read to find out.
It was a very old wagon that Gramps wanted to show Brother.
Yeah, sunk almost out of sight in a muddy pond. "How did it get there?" asked Brother. "How did it get there?" asked Brother.
Gramps.
It wasn't easy,
said Gramps. I went to a lot of trouble getting that wagon into the swamp.
Then
With a twinkle in his eye, he said, "Just why didn't get an overhead at school?" Head at school.
it happened a long time ago when I took a wrong turn, just the way you did when you didn't study that schoolwork that Teacher Bob sent home. Well, instead of admitting my mistake and backing up, I just pushed ahead until I was so deep there was no getting out.
"And you lost the wagon," said Brother. "Yep," said Gramps, "but I learned
A valuable lesson. If you find yourself on the wrong road, don't just keep going on until you're in over your head. Pack up and start over the right road." "How am I going to do that?" asked Brother. "Oh, I think we can manage. But first, look over there," Gramps said, pointing. There it was, the paper airplane, caught in a berry
bush.
bush.
It's with berries.
It has berries. It's a bush of berries.
What do you think they'll say, brother?
As they bounce along and Gramps pick up, "We'll find out soon enough," said Gramps, pulling to a stop in front of Big Tree House. "And let's not forget Gran's bag of cookies. They're her finest." Mama and Papa weren't exactly pleased when they heard about the big mess Brother had gotten himself into, but they didn't holler and pound the table either, not even Papa. He looked like he might be going to when he saw the paper he had to sign. Gramps had tried to flatten it out, but it was still pretty wrinkled. "What happened to this?" he asked. "Oh," said Gramps, "it just sort of got folded a bit." That's when he brought out Gran's cookies. There were 10 of them. "Let's see now," he said. "There are 5 of us coming, counting sister, so how many cookies do we each get?" "2, of course," said Brother, dividing them up. "Don't look now, young fellers," said Gramps with a wink, "but you just divided 10 by 5. "Is that all there is to dividing?" said Brother. "That's all," said Gramps. "Come along," said Mama in a no-nonsense voice.
Where are we going? asked Brother. To school, Mama said.
As they got in the car. "But it's so late," protested Brother. "It's never too late to correct a mistake," Mama said. And off they went. Brother got to class just in time for a retest. The class hadn't done very well in the division quiz, so Teacher Bob was giving them a second chance. Brother really concentrated and did much better. And that afternoon, he got a second chance at soccer too. It was the day of the big game against Beartown, and things weren't going very well.
Why were things not going very well?
Let's find out. "Brother," said Coach Bruin, "I want you to go in for Freddie. I don't think he's quite ready for the first team." "Glad to help, Coach," Brother said as he ran out into the field. "You know what they say, it's never too late to correct a mistake."
Why did Brother not go to school?
He was done with school. He did his schoolwork here at the table, and when he was done, he went to soccer.
What did he do before he did schoolwork?
He was talking with his parents.
No, with Mama Bear.
Yeah, Mama Bear is his parent.
Can I play?
We already read a book and watched Dinosaur Train. But now it's bedtime. But your boots have to stay off your feet.
Next to my bed.
That's okay.
Was it never too late to correct a mistake?
If you make a mistake, you can just fix it. You can fix many things.
My shoe feels warm.
Yeah, because you were wearing them. Your feet made your shoe warm.
Daddy,
Yes.
I don't want to go in bed.
Then what do you want to do?
I just want to stay out of bed.
Do you know what time it is?
What?
What time do you think it is?
9?
Maybe later. And maybe it's bedtime. You see, Mama's not here, Julie's not here, I'm falling asleep. All the birds are asleep, the cats are asleep, the squirrels are asleep,
Even the dogs.
even the dogs.
So we must get in bed. it never too late?
Can always fix things. Like your book, the pages broke, and what did we do?
You fixed them with tape.
Just fix them. Let's put this up so it doesn't.
I use it as a swing.
Don't use it as a swing. It will fall down because you are heavy.
Yes.
Good night.
I'm heavy and it's